Hi everyone, it's Robert again, and we're looking at day 10, and we have Archangel Michael today. Give voice to the angels. I absolutely adore Archangel Michael, and I think he's a fantastic help and guide to humanity. Certainly, Archangel Michael, I recommend to everyone that if you're doing meditation, if you're working spiritually, that you put your trust in him. You ask him for his protection. And he is such a powerful resource to protect you really in a spiritual world and also in just general everyday life. Obviously, I'm not advocating superstition that you are fearful of life and you need protection all the time. But certainly when you're opening yourself up to meditation, you want to have some protection, especially as you also want to make sure that in your meditations, if ideas come to you, that you don't go down the route of self-delusion. So Archangel Michael's a very good protector. For those of you who've done Reiki, I link Archangel Michael, or I see Archangel Michael in the same way that I see the power symbol in Reiki. For those of you who have done level 2 and above, and you'll understand what that is. It's a very good cleanser to call in Archangel Michael. And I'm sure many of you who do work with angels will understand that. Now, in our system, Archangel Michael is linked to the throat chakra. And obviously you can see this is called Give Voice to the Angels, and it's about everything to do with communication. So calling on Archangel Michael for guidance and protection, speaking your truth to people. A lot is said about speaking your truth, and that mustn't be underestimated, because you do need to be fully aware of what your truth is. You need to be conscious of that, and also not to hide your truth. So I'm actually sharing this with Chakra Ascension Facebook, and also my own personal Facebook. And I've got lots of people who like my artwork, etc. And some people have reached out to me to say they've been watching the videos, which is very nice. Other people may not, particularly be drawn to the content. And so that's fine. That's great for people to be drawn to different things, and you have to respect that. With regard to this card, this is the card that you would use in the different circumstances where you need to either use communication skills, or indeed where you may feel that somebody's trying to communicate with you. So I'm going to just read the general reading. You have something important that you need to say to someone, but are fearful of the consequences. Have confidence to express yourself. Angels are wishing to connect to you in order to give you support and comfort. Money, because we don't normally do the money reading. Do not be afraid to ask the universe for money, and you will be given guidance so that it can be materialized. You must be specific in stating how much money you wish to manifest and why you need it. Now, this is quite an interesting thing, because oftentimes we, especially if we're comfortable, and I've mentioned that we must be aware that other people are not maybe struggling financially. And so then sometimes if you need something for a specific project or something, you sometimes feel uncomfortable to ask. The universe is open for people to ask for things. You may not get them in the way that you anticipated, but what we always say is be very positive and specific. I'm glad that word finally came to me. So if you were, for instance, not in a happy situation, not in a fulfilling job, for instance, it generally will not work if you say, please help me get out of this job. Please, when you're talking about something from an escape, that generally doesn't work in terms of manifesting. If you say something like, please help me find the opportunity that is more in keeping with my role, for instance, or which will make me feel more fulfilled, that you can see the difference. That's sounding more positive instead of get me out, help me, let me go to something that's more creative and more fulfilling. Relationships, it's important that you express yourself truthfully in a relationship. Do not be afraid to speak your truth as long as you wish for a positive outcome. So you can see that's interesting because it's telling you not to be cruel or divisive. It's saying a positive outcome. So it's about sharing. Obviously, also the other side of giving voice to the angels is also recognizing that your partner in a relationship also has the right to give voice to their angels. And so it's about sharing and listening. Spirituality, angels wish to connect with you, but you must invite them to join you and ask for their love and support. It's very important. I don't know if you've ever heard of the parking angels. Well, parking angels usually work for me. If I'm in a car park and I'm struggling to find a car park space, if I call upon the parking angels, then usually a car parking space will materialize. So interesting enough, when I can't find a parking space and I've driven off, I suddenly realize, oh, I forgot to ask the parking angels. But it just seems to work for me, and I'm sure it works for a lot of people around. And the idea of that is that angels are there to service humanity, but they wait, they're very polite, they wait for us to ask. And so I guess this is talking about do not be afraid to ask for what you need, be very specific, communicate how you feel. And again, there's this whole thing of being honest with oneself. Before you can actually communicate what you feel, you need also to be honest with how you do feel. And so very nice, very nice. I'm actually I've been working on Archangel Michael to not change his features, but to make them more realistic, because I'm quite influenced at the moment by hyper-realist art. So I would like to render them, the Ascending Masters, in that format. But I'm also working on a full-length drawing of Archangel Michael. So I've sketched out how that will be. And I was talking earlier that we had the Ronan card, didn't we? The Truth Will Out. And I was mentioning about the, here we go, Truth Will Out. I was mentioning about having that on his shield. So you'll see now we've drawn Archangel Michael and his card. And just to remind you, we also drew Kuan Yin and her card. So it'd be quite interesting when we start pulling them all together and doing the readings to see how it all pans out. So that's all I have to say today, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. The weather is improving. I mean, at the time I'm recording this is February 2022, but obviously people can do the cards at any time. But today is the 10th of February 2022, and wherever you are, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Bye-bye.